If you are the person or knows a person who feels they have lost everything, wealth, health, love, belonging, meaning, and yet is still searching for one honest reason to feel worthy and alive, then this video is going to be a savior of your life. Because in this video, I will not motivate you, but I will help you to understand why you are still worthy even now and how happiness is still biologically, psychologically, and existentially possible for you. This video is not here to tell you everything happens for a reason or just be positive or others have it worse. If that worked, you wouldn't be here. So stay with me for the next 15 minutes. When a human being loses financial safety, physical health, emotional belonging, and social value, the brain does something very specific. It concludes, if I am not useful, I am not valuable. See, this is not weakness, this is evolutionary wiring. For thousands of years, humans survived in tribes. If you couldn't contribute, you were abandoned, and abandonment meant death. So, when your mind says, why do I even exist? It is not being dramatic. It is trying to protect you from further pain by shutting hope down. But here is the truth most people never hear. Your worth was never meant to be conditional on performance, productivity, or possession. That idea is learned, not natural, and learned things can be unlearned. Let me ask you something quietly. Right now, you are aware that you are suffering. That awareness, that observing presence inside you is not broken. Even if your life is in ruins, your consciousness is intact. Psychology, neuroscience, and even trauma research agrees on this. A human being's deepest value lies in the capacity to experience, witness, and choose awareness. You are not just a body with problems, you are the space in which those problems appear. This means something radical. Even when you have nothing, your existence is still meaningful by default. A sunset does not need to be useful to be beautiful. A breath does not need to be productive to be sacred. You don't earn existence, you are existence. Let that land. Your brain may say, someone else could live my life better. That is false. No one else has your nervous system, your emotional memory, your specific way of perceiving pain and beauty. Even suffering experienced consciously adds something irreplaceable to the human story. There are insights, compassion, and depth that only someone who lost everything can develop. You may not see it now, but your inner world is being shaped into something rare. Not everyone becomes gentle, not everyone becomes aware, not everyone learns to feel deeply. You are not behind, you are in a different curriculum. Let me say this slowly. Your circumstances describe what you are going through, they do not describe who you are. Psychologically, this distinction is life saving because when a person confuses, I have no value, with I am in pain, the mind collapses. But pain is an experience, worth is an existential constant. Even prisoners, refugees, terminally ill patients, studied across decades, report moments of peace, meaning, and even joy once this separation becomes clear. You are allowed to feel miserable without concluding you are meaningless. Those are two different things. Right now, your subconscious is running old scripts. I'm a burden, I don't matter, nothing will change. These are not truths. They are emotional memories looping without update. And here is something powerful. The subconscious does not respond to logic, it responds to repetition plus emotional safety. That means even now, especially now, you can begin changing the internal narrative. Not by forcing positivity, not by offering neutral truth. For example, I am still here. This breath is real. I am allowed to rest. These statements calm the nervous system. A calm nervous system allows new meaning to form. Healing doesn't start with hope, it starts with regulation. When everything is taken, choice feels like an illusion. But research shows something extraordinary. Even choosing how to relate to pain restores dignity. You can choose to speak gently to yourself, to sit in sunlight even for 2 minutes, to stay one more day. These may seem small, but psychologically they rebuild you. They are the foundation of happiness, not excitement, not success. The feeling I am not completely powerless. You don't need a grand purpose today, you need one honest next step. Right now, your story feels concluded, but that feeling comes from exhaustion, not truth. Many people who once stood exactly where you are, without health, without wealth, without love, later described this phase as the silent turning point. Not because life suddenly became perfect, but because they stopped measuring worth by survival metrics. You are allowed to exist before being healed, before being successful, before being loved properly. Remember, existence is not a reward, it is a given. If no one has told you this today, let me say it clearly. You matter, not because of what you provide, not because of what you endure, but because you are a conscious, feeling human being. If you are still breathing, your story is still open. Stay, rest, and take this one moment as proof that even now your life has value. If this helped even a little, you are not alone, others are listening too.